I'm blessed to have on the Full Tank Podcast, Dorinda Clark Cole. Come on, D.
Please listen carefully. Please listen carefully.
You are enjoying the Full Tank Podcast, sponsored in part by Faith Words. Want a taste of my best-selling book, The Full Tank Life? Go to thefulltanklife.com and pull down a free sample chapter and order the book.
Today, my friend Ben Tankard has become known as the Godfather of gospel jazz. He sold millions of albums, pastors a church, travels the world sharing his music. Like with Ben, God is working behind the scenes, lining up what you need.
I'm blessed to have on the Full Tank Podcast, Dorinda Clark Cole. Come on, D. How you doing, girl?
Ben, I am doing wonderful. This is such a great time to share, and I'm glad you got this podcast.
We are so honored to have Dorinda Clark Cole in the house. Come on now.
Glad to be here, Pastor Ben, and now my brother Ben for sure.
Just Tank, you know.
Just Tank.
Oh man, people don't know we go way back.
Oh my God, so far back.
You know, your mom put me on her midnight musical at Kojic. It was 1987.
Was it 80?
87.
Jesus.
87.
I remember what you had on.
That
He
gold
had on that gold. He had on that gold suit. Oh my.
That gold shiny space outfit.
But it was something that we will never forget. And you know, he had that
Guitar.
Yeah, oh my God, that thing, and he wore us out.
I did the
that
Hawkins
night.
song.
Yes,
You know,
Lord,
and,
they was loving it.
Your mom said, "Come here." And I leaned over and she said, "Now don't get up there and do no boogaloo. Do something that everybody know." And I did What Is This from the Hawkins.
Right, and they loved it. I mean, everybody was swinging. It was such a great time.
But over the years, I have ran into you all on the road, on tours, and some kind of way, if I'm as an instrumentalist, I'm anointed to come before the Clark sisters. Because nobody wants to go after the Clark sisters.
Don't even try that.
Come on now. Don't even try it. You do not want to come on no stage after the Clark sisters.
No, that's not
But
true.
as an instrumental artist, so many times the promoters would bring me in and say, "We want you to go out, warm up with the audience, cut some jokes, play some jazz, and get ready for the Clarks." What a marriage.
But you knew how to do that, though. Everybody couldn't do that, though, Ben. I mean, it was like, you knew how to get the comedic side of you, and then you just ease it in, and you play a few little notes, and then you come back and you do. You was just an all-around guy.
Well, I'm just honored
artists.
to have the opportunity to serve you all. And then you brought me on, must have been about 12 years ago, to be your vice president
That's
with
right,
Smack.
With Smack.
Tell the people what Smack is about.
Ooh, Smack is my Singers and Musicians and Arts Conference. It is a conference that we usually kind of look at all of the up-and-coming artists and those that are trying to break into the industry. We kind of really, kind of build them up in a way to know that they can make it. It's a whole lot of ropes you got to climb. It's a whole lot of things you got to get through. But Smack has been around. I found it and I just found out, Ben, it's been 23 years.
It's been 20 years?
Yes.
Years? Wow.
23 years. And being with that, it has really done a lot with a lot of the people, and it is kind of build a great morale amongst the industry with those that are trying to come in. And so I kind of started that with my mom had a school, of course, Clark Conservatory, and having that school, she would really work with the artists, those that were up and coming, and even those that were trying to lead songs in choirs, and she wouldn't have enough time to really work with them. So she said, just come to my school. I'm going to go over this song with you. And that's how it really started. So when she started declining, then I said, well, we got to find a way that we can keep that going. It was a part of her legacy. And so I said, let's keep it going. Twinkie didn't want to do it. She hardly ever came. And we had students being, and she was talking, had a student just sitting there telling me, I'm coming, and never made it. Tell the other teacher to take my student. I said,
Twinkie ain't right.
Karen would come, we would have singers up there, and she was supposed to be doing it for Mom, and she wouldn't come, so we had to close the school down because we was on the road a lot. So from that's when the Lord gave me to do this SMAC conference, singers and musicians, where we come together and we really try to lift the kingdom up in a way that these young people would know how to get into it.
This segment sponsored by Sirius XM Watercolors.
Ben Tankard at Sirius XM Watercolors with PJ Faulkner, and he has got quite the combination of talents. Let's see, as you just heard, he is a musician of the highest caliber. He's also a pastor, a former pro basketball player, a reality dad on TV, and a pilot. And you may have seen him at the Sea Breeze Jazz Fest last month. Next up for him, the Steel City Jazz Fest, mid-June. Ben Tankard. He's got 2 thumbs up for me on watercolors.
This segment sponsored by Sirius XM Watercolors.
And it's a lot you got to do, but God can hold you responsible for it.
Well, as you know, the character and the perseverance don't come contained in the gift. That has to be developed.
Yes.
And so what you've done a good job of because people don't do what you say, people do what you do. You've shown us over the years how to be a lady, how to be a woman of God, how to be classy, even how to be a business person, how to operate in excellence, and talk about those commas, because the Full Tank podcast is all about life in the next generation and the next comma. So talk about all those things you do.
Yeah, well, it's really important that we understand, first of all, what we've been called to do. And my first calling was basically, of course, singing, but then, outside from my sisters, it was always that evangelist part of me. And my mom saw it. And she said, well, we got to cultivate that, because it was a lot of things that I didn't know. But in the Church of God in Christ, you learn those things. There was never a book to show you how to do none of this stuff. So we had to we got scolded on the spot.
Right.
After you got finished preaching, you don't do this. And, Psalms, you don't say the 30th chapter of, I said, oh my goodness. And then you always recognize the preacher, the man of the house, and all of those things.
The pulpit protocol has been established.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had to do all of those things. So that was part of the grooming that I had to learn as being an evangelist. After being that evangelist, of course, walking in the Clawing Little Sisters, the Clark Sisters. And then after that, being an entrepreneur of actually having my own clothing line, which I've had that, Lord Jesus, these years.
Now, what's that called?
It's called the DCC Rose Collection.
Okay.
So, and it's amazing being when I go to these conventions, because, my suits are mainly church suits, basically. We kind of easing into the, the younger section.
Right.
But most of those suits, when I got called, the first one I did was Donna Vinci. Most ladies know about Donna Vinci. Donna Vinci was another apparel. Then I went into, it was another one that I went into, and then I went into another one. So now I ended up with Divine Apparel, which is a clothier that partners with me. But all of these, I've been in that for at least, God, I just found out 20 years.
Really?
Yes. So,
Wow.
you know, that entrepreneurship, and then my girl Jewel, you know, she always kind of had that, you know, that coaching me along, because she's been in it longer than me. But, you know, just to see that entrepreneurship that God gives us as we are walking into our calling. So we don't know some of the things we walk as we're blind. You know, faith is sometimes blind, but we do know that as we walk, God shows us what we need to do.
Well, you know, we live a filtered life because we don't like to post anything until we shine up the picture a little bit. So we
Absolutely.
put our best foot forward on social media.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people miss out on the story. They see the
Yeah.
glory,
They don't see the story.
but they don't see the
know
story.
story. Yeah.
And I say this all the time. Sometimes your passion, sometimes your calling don't feed you.
Yes.
Sometimes your passion has to be fed.
It has to be.
And so if you've got several streams, we know your calling and your passion is preaching and singing. But what if the phone's not ringing?
You see what I'm saying?
So you got some outfits for you.
Listen, I got to make sure. We got to pay for this stuff sometimes going in, you know? So it's the residuals that you get on the back end. So sometimes you got to really put a lot in to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's what I've noticed even in the entrepreneurship is that, you know, even with some of the stuff I'm doing now, I've got to put money in order to see what I'm reaping.
Right, right. And then, of course, we hear Kirk talk about it, John talk about it, Fred talk about it. Some of us didn't have the best music publishing deal first time around.
Yep.
So wherein some of our white counterparts are sitting at home going to all their grandkids' ball games because they got royalties coming in every quarter.
Right.
For us, you can recognize us in the Walmart, but that don't mean no royalties
That
coming.
don't mean no royalties is coming. And that's what we kind of bank on
We're
now.
famous at the Kmart, but they ain't famous at the bank.
Absolutely. You go into the bank saying, now what's going on? It's not adding up. Maybe I'm in the wrong field.
Yeah, you got 1 million followers and $20.
You see what I like that. What you say, man. And that's so real. That's so real because we got to understand that God put us in these platforms to allow us to see and to expand us. You know, but we got to hear God and we got to see where we're going in order to end up in the right places.
You know, I had Carvin in here. He blew me out the water.
What?
Carvin said, Tank, we got 5 Grammys. I got 5 Grammys and the royalties stopped. I'm at the car dealership trying to get a job washing cars.
Wow.
And the person says, Carvin Winans from the Winans? Oh man, you famous. Man, I can't hire you.
Wow.
You got too many awards.
Yeah,
I
see
I
there.
can't hire you to wash
Wow.
cars. That would be a disrespectful. But I will take a picture with you.
Yeah.
What is that gonna pay for?
Absolutely nothing.
Talk about the disappointment behind the fame.
Oh God, it is a lot of disappointments that you all don't see. You all don't see the disappointment, but I've seen it where there were days when I would go out and try. You know, we would do a concert, and then of course the agreement would say a certain amount, and then after you have done what you have been contracted to do, you come back home. And it's not what we thought it was going to be. And so that and then it becomes a problem when you're married.
Yeah.
You know, as far as us as females, it becomes a problem because our husband is like, look, well, you should have stayed on home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's so you got to really use wisdom with a lot of this. There's a lot of disappointment that I've seen in the industry. For instance, contracts that we've had and signed with record companies, and you know they don't deliver what we think they're gonna deliver, and that's the reason why now everything is independent.
Right.
Because the record companies have messed up so many times. But thank God I've lived through it. It didn't die in it. That's a message that I preach. Thank God I lived through it and didn't die in it, because if we really look at it, we would probably be suing folk for the rest of our life.
That's
You
right.
know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
At some point, you just got to have peace and move on. Your best
Absolutely.
days are ahead.
This segment powered by Big Baller Brand.
Full Tank Podcast from the bench. Here's the question. How does a man get over heartbreak that he caused?
I would say you gotta find out why you caused it and then don't do it again.
Yeah, the first stage is admitting.
So you caused the heartache. It don't even have to be relationships. It could be your mom, your cousin, your best friend. How do you get over it when you know it's your fault? Come to Destiny Center. I'll show you how to get over that stuff. Come to church.
This segment powered by Big Baller Brand. Visit BigBallerBrandInc.com for the latest releases in clothing, shoes, and more. Triple B, Big Baller Brand.
What would you say to artists that are already in the industry? Not get you got a whole ministry with Smack getting people in the industry, but for those who are in the industry and thinking about giving up because they I've been out here all these years.
Right.
What kind of word can you give for them?
Well, you know what? You got to really trust God on that one, because it's just a lot of times there's going to be a lot of disappointing moments. There's going to be times when you say, Lord, is it worth it? Sometimes I have to say to myself, Twinkie, your song is my living in vain. It's my giving in vain. It's my praying. It's my singing in vain. All of this. Am I really wasting my time? That song comes to mind. Now, I've been singing it for over 60 years. And now it sets in, the reality is really setting in. Is it really worth all of this? But when you really look at it, what you do for Christ,
Right.
it will last.
Right.
And so that's the thing that I would say to a lot of the up and coming artists. If you're going to get in this industry, you got to first of all have faith. You got to know where God is putting what you called to do. And we noticed that on the other night. Some of these people are just in here, I just paid my little registration and everything. No, it's more to that.
Just because you can sing in the shower don't mean you call.
You see, to singing the praise and worship team, and you singing with other people.
Right.
So you really got to know where God is putting you and how devoted are you to this call, because that's the key thing. The reason why we've been out here being over 60-something years, it's and counting.
Wow.
And to know that it had to have been determination. It had to have been where I know God has taken me, to know that even though things may not, it's going to be a rocky road at times, but I mean, that's with anything, that's life.
Your sister said something that really inspired us at one of the Smack conventions, Sister Jackie. She said, if I can give you my strongest wisdom about getting into the music business is, don't give up your day job till after the 6th Grammy.
That's good. That is good.
Because the first 5 might be a fluke.
That is the truth, though.
But if you can sing in more than one key, if you can play in more than one key,
right,
you have the creativity to operate more than one business.
Absolutely.
So
it's just that simple.
who said you're supposed to be a one-trick pony? I'm called to sing. That's all I'm gonna do. The phone ain't ringing. What you gonna do?
Right. You better make sure that phone is ringing, and we don't.
You better make sure the phone is on.
You see what? Absolutely. You gotta keep that phone on for real. But I said that even last night, and I was really kind of because it was 40th year annual
for the Stellar Awards.
Yeah. And I said that last night, that when I won last night, because there's so many great artists that are coming up, and at some point we're gonna have to move over.
Right. Right.
And allow this, it to continue creating people.
Right.
But that last night I told him, I said, this is such an encouragement, because so many times we feel like giving up. We feel like saying this is the end.
Or you feel forgotten.
Oh my goodness.
Misstep.
Yeah. But I feel like, this right here, these are the things that help us. These right here. These are the things that help us to stay in the race, in spite of all the negativity, in spite of some of what folks say on social media. This right here encourages us to keep going.
It's a symbol of encouragement and perseverance.
Yes.
Because I won Stellars, 20 times?
Oh.
And they've changed the way they look over the years.
They did.
So if I line all my Stellars up, they all look like one of these Stellars do not look like the other.
Right.
But no matter which one I pick up, I can add 25 cents to the Stellar and make a phone call.
See what I'm saying? That's powerful. Because
the Stellar don't buy you nothing. I can't
just
take that down to
here.
Nashville Electric. They want money.
They want
I can't give that to the mortgage company.
Absolutely.
It's just a symbol of encouragement.
It is.
Yeah, it doesn't buy you more bookings. It used to be, if you was on the Stellar Awards, that moved the needle.
Yes.
If you performed on it.
Right.
But you could host a show and not see anything happen in your career.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It happens all the time. And that's why you got to know where you are, especially in God when it comes to these. Because if you really, look and see, can I keep going? Can I keep going? Yeah, you can keep going, but when is the time that you got to have something to fall back on. And that's one thing I can say about my sister, Jackie. Jackie went on and she says, I'm going to be a nurse. While y'all up here trying to figure out what date y'all going to do next, at least I can go to a hospital. I can go to a nursing home.
Come on now.
I got something to fall back on. And that's what we tell a lot of these up and coming artists. You got to have a career.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not talking about no singing career. I'm talking about having something to fall back on. My Social Security, thank you, Jesus, I'm falling back on that now.
Give us some of your streams, because you do so many things. I know you had a radio show for a while.
Yeah.
Give us all the stuff you do.
I have a radio show, Serving Up Soul, and matter of fact, I'm going back into that again.
Okay.
So let's see, we talking about falling back on it. We're going back into that. That's with Rejoice Musical Soul Food.
Okay.
We're with that. And then TCT, of course, that's the television show.
Network,
which is we're in another season of that. Of course, the clothing line. I'm getting ready to go into a wig line.
Come on now.
Hallelujah, glory to God. With another company. And then, of course, I had a makeup line called Dorinda Beauty. That was one thing that another stream of income that we had that was coming in. I'm kind of easing out of that. Going into something else.
This segment empowered by CrefloDollarMinistries.org. Understanding grace, empowering change.
Ain't nothing like Creflo Dollar to change our script, boy. He get us on the right track. Give it up for Pastor Creflo A. Dollar. Jewel has an anointing in her own right. She's a financial whiz. She's a woman of God. She can preach. She's the preacher. I'm the teacher. She has her own schedule. So sometimes I get to go with her to the big women's conference. And we're in the hotel. They give us the honeymoon suite. I don't want it to go to waste. So she's meditating, trying to get ready for the message. And so I want to, put on the Luther. How many Lutherans we got here? I'm trying to flirt with her, and she said, honey, leave me alone. I got to preach to 4,000 women. I said, baby, I'm just trying to help you, lay hands on you. And so I kept on bugging. She said, honey, leave me alone. I'm trying to get into Jesus. I say, Jesus is in me. Don't that mean
What have you not done, you want to do, and who have you not worked with you'd love to work with?
I want to work with Ben Tankard. I want to work with the Tank.
I'm with you to work now. It's gonna be jazzy though.
I don't care. I want to work with Tankard. I want to shine. That's what I want to do. I want to shine. That is my favorite record.
Wow.
Oh, I was just playing it this morning. Because one of them didn't know. I was like, oh no, you gonna know who he is. You gonna know it. That is my favorite. And we was on the road when we did the Kirk Franklin tour. He's on the road, and I said, no, we got to put Ben on. We got to put Ben on it. After a while, all my sisters said, we're Ben. Yeah, so
it would be my honor.
I would love that. That's one of my, I'm looking forward to that. Also, you put so many people on the map though, Ben. Yolanda.
We had fun with Yolanda.
Oh my God.
We had fun with Kelly Price.
Yeah.
We had fun with Gerald Albright. We have a good time.
You see what I'm saying? So, I could be the Clark sister you could work with.
Yes.
Don't they work with Jackie?
But
No.
I know you'll show up more than Twinkie did.
Oh.
Right? When I did Twinkie's record,
Right.
I can tell you, I went to the hotel to pick her up to go in the studio so many times. She said, Ben, I'm not going today. Twinkie, we only have the studio for like a week. I don't feel led to go today. Led? And I already paid Twinkie.
Right.
Led? Come on.
Right. See, and that's because you know Twinkie. Everybody don't know Twinkie like that, but for real, that is the truth. That is the truth.
I was supposed to pick her
love
from
that.
the airport one time. She's flying in from Charlotte to come to Nashville. I went to the airport 3 times to pick her up. I call her on the phone. Say, Twinkie, where are you? The Lord don't want me to get on that plane today. Now she gonna blame it on the airplane. The Lord.
The plane.
The plane.
The plane.
I love some Twinkie. Ain't but one Twinkie.
I forgot about that. I forgot that you work with Twinkie. But yeah, it's so many other people. John P. Key is another one. Cause see, I'm the church girl. And I like the church vibe. And somebody said the choirs are outdated. The devil is a liar.
The devil is a liar.
No. And gospel is not going anywhere because first of all, that's the good news of Jesus Christ. So that's not going nowhere. But I do want to say that there are so many others that I'd love to work with. But, keep me in my box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I'm really looking forward in the smack for 2026.
Right.
Because that we were talking about that. We had so much fun the other night, and Ben he was the highlight of
I'm the
whole
Simon.
night.
I'm the Simon.
He the Simon of it, but
American Idol.
he can do that.
Now, what other jobs can you do?
Right. That was so funny. Do you have a job, first of all?
Who told you you could sing that song? He had a lot of nerve coming to sing the Clark Sisters song to the Clark Sisters.
Right. And that's another thing. We be saying, now, you don't do that now. You don't sing the artist song in front of the artist. But it was really, really exciting. So Smack 2026, I am looking forward to doing some other things. We had another idea in the car on the way here. It's something about driving all the way here. Oh yeah, we got a great idea that we was just thinking of in the car. So I'm gonna share that with you.
Okay.
But yeah, we're looking forward and doing some great things in 2026. They said there's another tour coming with the sisters, but it's the short tour. It's the Legends tour.
Gotcha.
Fred Hammond, all of Detroit, Motown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're looking to do that. So
oh no, that's gonna be powerful.
Yeah.
Well, Dorinda, as my sister, I love you. There's nothing that we wouldn't do for you. And Jewel and I are very proud of you. Thank you for allowing me to be vice president of one of your corporations.
Man, absolutely. One of my corporations.
and we just declare God's best on your life. Tell us how we can reach you. And how they can contact you.
Absolutely. Well, I'm on all social media outlets. Of course, the Dorinda Clark Cole. You type in Dorinda, the rest gonna come up. But yeah, Dorinda Clark Cole. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all of my website, dorindaclarkcole.com.
Make sure that you subscribe, that you share, you comment, and share some love to all your family with our dear sister, Dorinda Clark Cole. We thank y'all so much. We'll see you next time on the Full Tank Podcast. Love you. Thank you so much, Dee.
Thank you. Love you, Tank.
You are enjoying the Full Tank Podcast, sponsored in part by Faith Words. Want a taste of my best-selling book, The Full Tank Life? Go to thefulltanklife.com and pull down a free sample chapter and order the book.
Today, my friend Ben Tankard has become known as the Godfather of gospel jazz. He sold millions of albums, pastors a church, travels the world sharing his music. Like with Ben, God is working behind the scenes, lining up what you need.
Please listen carefully.